Okay. Oops. Sorry, guys. The last one, I named it wrong. I wasn't really paying attention when I was typing, and it ended up doing the autocorrect to paradox. But this is called the Stanley Parable. And, yeah. First playthrough. Let's get it on. So, there was a cutscene. I pressed play the game again. So, let's just start off. So, basically, they watching us through something up here. I don't see any cameras, though, so it must be in this photo. Alright, up, down, up, down. Right, guys? Oh, get the freak out of my chat with that. Don't bully me, man. Hold on. I'm trying to press every button to see what does what. So far, only X makes this noise. It's okay, I still love you. And L2 and L1 make me crouch. Can't go in there.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Pause. I think I am going to need to have a reticle.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yo, where is outside at? What do they have going on in their desk? Dang, everybody's gone. Stanley, I think you missed more than a memo. Why am I snorting so much? Dude, I don't know, dude. It's like, my throat feels weird. I don't think I have a cold, but who knows, dude. I should probably stop kissing on that girl.
Two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Right. You know what? No. We're going to the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps
Did you want to check
stop
around
by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Oh, X is how I interact. Hey, don't be a bully, man.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth
I love it.
It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few. But eager to get back to business,
we gotta get back to
Stanley
business.
took the first open door on his left.
Why can't I jump? No. Wait. Okay. Should I go into the door that it tells me to, or don't and disobey them? Which one should I do? Tell me. Come on. I'm thinking with you. I'm thinking we go disobey. Because we did just disobey them right there. Maybe it does something? Disobey. That's what I thought. Let's go. I am a YN.
So bad at following directions. It's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Oh, you're a bully. Don't be a bully, guys. Do not jump. Okay.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Okay.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who's her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Who's her?
She's been waiting.
Who is her? Oh, hell no.
That's her, Stanley.
Answer the phone. Hello? Mommy? Is it a goth emo chick?
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Yes.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry,
baby, it's me.
I'm just pulling
baby, answer the door, baby.
Alrighty.
Answer the door.
Okay, there we go.
I missed you so much.
I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Okay. Oh. Are you serious?
Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
I did. I did.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you.
Yo, lock in, bro. Aw, bro. No, I'm not going in.
but you're in my story now.
That shit just scared the freak out of me. Alright, well, might as well listen to him now. Hey, baby. You steal some thick
This is a very sad
stuff.
story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's
shut the
told
freak
to
up.
do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch.
Okay.
Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work.
Right.
One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Right.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures.
Right.
From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands.
Right.
It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Dang. I want to get into this drawer.
And so
Okay.
he began to fantasize about his own job. First,
Where
he
did it
imagined
go?
that one day while at work,
I'm
he
wiping
stepped
it.
up from his desk
I'm wiping
to
it.
realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought
Yo, hold
excited
on.
him terribly.
My wife is low-key some bad junk.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either.
Right.
At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Right.
As he wandered through this fantasy
you a
world,
nasty little
he
bitch.
began to fill it with many possible
Clean up.
paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down
Right.
another was a yellow line that weaved in many
Trademark.
directions. And down another
Come
was
on.
a game with a baby. And he
This
called
traded.
it
I mean,
the
changed.
Stanley Parable.
Oh.
It was such a wonderful fantasy. And so in
Yo,
his head, he
it does
relived
look
it
like she did
again,
that.
and then again, and again.
Is that what's in the
over
box?
And over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free.
Right.
Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Possibly. I love
There
you.
is no answer.
Oh.
How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he
What does that
spends
say?
here, the
Hold on. Let's change the FOV so we can read this.
more invested he gets, the more he forgets
totally
which life
wasted.
is the real one.
I can't even read this.
And I'm trying to
Whatever. I'm hurt.
tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself.
Right.
But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here,
Right.
watch this. Stanley,
Okay.
the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Should I press it? Should I press it? Should I press it, man? Should I listen to him or listen to the boss? Alright, I'm not gonna press it. Wait, which one? Do I listen to the dude that's narrating that we disobeyed at first? Or do I listen to the boss, my job, and press the button? Alright. What do your chocolate covered self do? Wow. Okay. I'm not gonna press it. I'll press every other button but it. Okay, nothing's happened. Yo, Is that the time that it is in real life? 11. Yo! That's freaky. I can't, it's not doing anything. That's freaky, dude. How does that know? How does it know? That's actually scary, bro. Let me out. Let me do something. You know what? I'm pressing
You
it.
see? Can he just not hear me?
Oh.
Can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must.
Okay, I'm gonna listen to him.
Well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What? I died. Yo! Yo!
All of his co-workers were gone.
What the
could it
freak?
mean? Stanley decided
Okay.
to go to the meeting room.
Let's listen to
Perhaps
him.
he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Right.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided
Target
to go up to his
demographic
boss's
teenagers.
office, hoping he might find
Profits,
an answer
profits.
there.
Let it ball up inside of you. Take it out passive aggressively on with the coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Let it ball up inside of you. Huh. You need slides to assure employees that everything is okay. You make sure your slides have a thick blue graphic headliner. Calm and productive work environment. Okay. Okay. Monetize free to play. A lot of percent. Alright, well, I'm sold. Oh!
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Let me... On a scale of 1 through 10, I ain't saying like a 4.
There was
Million!
nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
But what's
office.
down there, though? What's down there, though? Whatever. Is this it? No? Okay. Boss? Downstairs is always creepy, dude. What type of bathroom is this? Why is there so much space between the toilet and the sink? Game has so many options to do nothing, dude. Literally nothing. Yo, hold on. Freak you, boss. I'm out of here. Wait, I regret it. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Freak the boss, freak the narrator, freak everybody. Alright. Bet. Okay, I'm hopping on the beat. Got your bitch sucking on my meat, licking on my tip. Caught that nigga slipping, now he trip. Got your homies crying, telling them to stop, but they ain't sliding. Fuck your sister, I'm wild. I ain't lying. Got your mama crying. Wasn't that so good, guys? Are we done yet? Oh, hold on. Well, that did a whole lot of nothing. What if we go up? What if we go up? It leaked a little bit. What does that mean? What does that mean? Right. Do I gotta, like, come on. Come on, I'll go to a rap. I will. Hey, hey, hey. I got guns for days. I got ARPs and AKs. I don't contemplate. I'll shoot up your house, no conversate. You ask me what I'm doing. I be out here busting all these plays. They catch me on my corner. It's like my address. It must be where I stay. Now watch a hater say, this nigga think he all that. But on my day to day, I be sucking the low-key dreads back. I might just take your bae. Eat her up and eat her up and eat her up. Right, guys? Guys? Okay. What if we go up? Another whole lot of nothing. Okay, well, that was a waste of time. Might as well just go to our boss.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Boss?
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Whoa, how did I know it? Guys, how did I know?
Stanley happened to input the correct code.
Guys, how did I know?
Amazing.
Guys?
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
What is all this? Okay. This is creepy. I pressed up, buddy. I'm gonna get what?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized.
Dang, I can't look at the chat. I can't see all that.
Stirring of
Dang it.
in his chest, as though he felt more.
I can't see all what you said. It ended at the T. Hold on, let me look at the chat on my phone.
When for years it had never occurred to him. This question would not go unanswered for long.
Right.
Not go unanswered for long.
I'm gonna get tiddled. What does that mean? I don't want to be down here.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me.
I don't want to find out.
Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a
great idea.
I just can't wait to find out.
Now let's go find out. What did it just do? Did I do something? Did I do something wrong?
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow.
Okay, I'm going to listen to you.
To the edge of my seat.
Okay, I'm going to listen to the narrator.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and
Right.
gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
I don't know, man. I just think, you know what I'm saying?
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor. Stanley walked straight
Yep.
ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Should I go straight for the mind control facility, or should I escape? This poses a great question. Now, the escape looks a little creepy. If we look down, it looks a bit creepy. Mind control facility. That might show us what's actually going on. But we're gonna escape because you said so.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall,
Okay.
Stanley would, but of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he
Psych.
simply had too much to live for. Nope, still on board with death.
No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Alright, I'm gonna kill myself. Pause. I'm covering my eyes, dude. This is scary. Why is it still going?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Right.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and
Right.
willingly confront his death.
Right. Okay. Should we turn around and go back? Yes or no? I'm low-key scared, not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a bean 100. Should we turn on? Okay. Yo. F it, we ball. Ah. Oh, we're still falling. Ah.
As
This
the
isn't
machine
creepy.
whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, it reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Right.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture.
Oh.
He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is.
Right.
Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he
Right.
resigned and willingly accepted this violent
We're
end
cooked.
to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Huh? Farewell, narrator. Well,
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal
going on?
jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated, as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
right. I guess not. Because I'm still here. I'm still alive. The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Bomba clock. Office layout. Bomba Ross clock. That's the room. And then we get to the two doors. Wow. Wow. Can't open. Can't open. Yeah, that was button sounds. Okay. All right. Which way should we go? Left or right? Left or right? What's in there? All right. Office clock. Okay.
Finally, he pushed the number 9.
Right. This is creepy, dude. When I got this game, I didn't think it was gonna be a horror game. What is this? Are you serious, bro? Come on, man, lock in. Okay. This is cool and all. Yeah, this is cool and all. I don't think I was supposed to get here yet. Yeah, heard it? Dang it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I hope it gets better. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, turn on, turn on! Hey! Hey! No. I'm walking away from that. What do I do? What do I do? This is just credits. Dude. This is literally just the credits. But in a fancy way. Ah, should I just restart? Oh wait, here we go.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Right.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
Right.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Right. What the fuck is she talking
But
about?
listen to me.
Oh,
You
hold
can
on.
still save those two. You can
How?
stop the program before they both
How?
fail.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold
Your
on.
PlayStation.
Okay.
There's no other way to beat this game.
Okay.
As long as you move
Wait.
forward, you'll be walking
How do you know I'm on
someone else's
PlayStation?
path. Stop
Wait a second, hold on.
to be your only true
Hold on.
choice.
Wait, let me think about it.
Choose it.
Let me think about it.
Time, choose
Let me think about it. Let me... What the freak? That's it? I'm never going to escape
All of
again.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Ah, great.
Stanley
Great.
decided to go to the meeting room.
Over the
Perhaps
freaking
he had
door.
simply missed a memo.
Can't open a single door.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors...
Right.
he entered the door on his left.
Whatever you say. Whatever you say, narrator. You freaking... Okay, I thought I could go in there because it didn't have a number.
Yet there
Okay,
was not a single person
okay.
here
Alright,
either. Feeling a
alright.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
We're gonna
Coming
go
to a
down this
staircase,
time.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I can't even read these notes, dude.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
We've been here already.
Logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet
now, hold on.
when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Hold on.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
They're very familiar.
Repeating. No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
It can't be.
At last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it.
Right.
I'm dreaming!
Yeah, I'm dreaming.
This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Right.
And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Okay.
So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Well, how am I going to fit through the doors?
He imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
He has a point.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
Right.
And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago?
Exactly.
How else would the voice explain all that?
And how is the voice here?
This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just...
I've got to be dreaming. I can just wake up.
He would prove that he was in control. That this was
break this wall down.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one.
Right. And it's not real.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Where's the voice gone?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office.
I'm getting scared.
I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh. And he died.
This is the story of a woman named
Mariella. Mariella Parable.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Stanley's
but on
dead.
This particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
Right.
I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
Right.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But
Right.
then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day.
Better get to work.
Important people whose impressions of her would affect her career.
You better
and
get
by
to work.
extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
And it's over. Huh. How long have you been going? 35 minutes. We're gonna try
A
one
soft
last
wind
thing.
blew outside and perhaps rain
And
started.
then we're,
And if it did, it stopped shortly
then we're
after.
done.
Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Right. So instead of going to escape, we're going to...
Yet there was not a
Go the
single
correct
person
way.
here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
It was
Stepping into his
2/8/45,
manager's
right?
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the box. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy.
Come
so
on.
he relaxed for a few moments with some calming
Are we
new age
serious?
music.
I'm not spitting on this either. I'll spit on your mother. I have some sativa.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Yep. Come on. Come on. Oh. I'm getting tired.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that
Yep,
read
I sure
Mind
did.
Control Facility.
Stanley sure did.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Should I jump off? I'm not going to. Should I jump off? It took 3 minutes to get here. We could come back. Hold on, I glitched up here. Dang, how did I do it? Dang it. Here we go. Should I jump off? Okay. I know you're getting sick of my shot, dude.
Now the monitors jumped to
Oh.
life. Their true
Fired.
nature revealed.
Fired.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
We're 475,
Stanley's
right?
co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
MB 475. That should be us right there. But it's not.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
Right.
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his
Right.
emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Possibly.
No.
Anything is
He
possible.
refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was
Pirate.
unthinkable.
Pirate?
Wasn't it? Was it even
Who is that?
possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Who knows, dude?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he
So what
would
is he gonna do?
dismantle the controls once and for all.
How? Maybe come over to the highlighted area. 5. Okay. Off.
And when at last
Hello?
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Right.
Was it over?
Maybe. I think so.
Yes.
No.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone
Okay,
else's
so what's
command.
next?
Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this
None of it
mattered to
matters.
him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand,
Oh, wow.
but to let go. No longer would
Wow.
anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
Achoo!
Perhaps the only
Bless me.
thing worth knowing.
Maybe I do have a cold.
Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze
Wow.
upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense
thank
possibility
you. I
of
appreciate
the
you.
new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I don't think I am happy. I still actually want to know where my coworkers went. But as you've been recording for so long, bro, 42 minutes. I guess we're just gonna have to pick it back up tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll try and figure out what happened to the coworkers. But I want to say thank you for watching. Mainly you, William Pereira. Thank you so much, so much. I love you. Anyways, bye.